So please tell us your name and your roll number for this exam.
So my name is Saswati-Aarohan and my roll number is 509456.
Okay, now without mentioning your name, please give us a brief introduction.
So, uh, I am from Rourkela and I completed my education from National Institute of Technology, Rourkela in Electronics and Communication Engineering. And after that, I have worked at PricewaterhouseCoopers as an associate and incubation manager at FTBI NIT Rourkela. And I'm currently working as a fundraising associate at Vadvani AI.
So you are posted currently in
No, sir, I'm currently working from home, but my office is in Mumbai.
Mumbai. Okay. So you completed your graduation in 2017.
Yes, sir.
And directly from 2017, you have been in various jobs, right?
So not continuously. I took some gap in between, but yes, more or less I have been in. I have a total experience of about 4 years now.
Okay. So what was your role, duties, and responsibilities with PwC?
Sir, I was an associate, and it was my first job out of the institute. And I was working on projects which were centered around renewable energy and policy making in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So my role mostly centered around research and finding market opportunities for new projects, especially in waste to energy and as well as in implementation of certain state level policies.
Okay. So I see that you have an excellent career. Almost you have got 10 out of 10 in CGPA in your 10th and 95% in 12th. Also, you have done your BTech from NIT Rourkela. So give me some good reasons why you are interested in civil services, why not in um, corporate. Already you have experience with PwC and all. So give me some good reasons like why this attracts you more.
Sir, it is precisely my experience in the corporate sector, wherein we, as a part of corporate sector, used to work with several government clients. Even now, we are also working with several state governments in Punjab and Maharashtra to implement our projects. And sir, I felt that working in the government with the government is will actually provide me much more exposure to the social sector than any corporate or any social sector related job can possibly give me. And apart from that, sir, my father is a doctor and my mother is a teacher in the government. And I have seen how the government functions, and therefore I aspire to be there.
Mhm. Were you given Odisha Police Service in your last preference?
Sir, number one, the my eyes, my power of my glasses is quite high, and I feel that my aptitude is much more aligned towards the non-police services.
Okay. Although you are from electronics and communication, you have opted for economics and anthropology, completely unrelated subjects. Why?
Yes, sir. Sir, I actually developed a great amount of interest in economics, especially while in the process of preparing for the examinations. And apart from that, sir, I actually used anthropology and economics concepts much more on field after graduation than electronics itself. So the alignment was very slow, but surely, and I felt that it was a good fit for me as a choice for my optional subjects.
Okay. Um, in your hobbies, you have written reading manga.
Yes.
What is that manga? It's a magazine or book or something?
No, sir, it's a kind of a Japanese comics.
Okay.
And
The name of that comics is manga.
No, no, sir. It's a whole different type of Japanese comics. In the special features of those type of comics is that we read it from left to right, right to left instead of left to right. And there is almost no color used, but the drawing style is quite different from the kind of comics we see from the Western cultures.
Okay. And also reading a fiction.
Yes.
Can you be more specific? What kind of fiction you read?
So currently I'm reading a lot of fantasy type fiction. For example, Harry Potter and Vampire Academy. So, and apart from that, I also read fiction from classics. My favorite is Jane Austen and her work.
Okay. Excuse me. You are also part of the incubation center in NIT Rourkela.
Yes.
So, any like in the last 5-6 years, can you tell me what has been the performance there? Any major patents or something which your incubation center or successful startups which the incubation center has produced?
Yes, sir. Sir, there have been about 3 very successful startups. One of them is Phoenix Robotics. They are right now based out of Bhubaneswar. Another is MyOp 360, and they have now moved to Hyderabad. And another is Fastech Fashions. They are still based out of Rourkela and have most of their operations in Rourkela and Bhubaneswar. And all 3 of them have in fact been awarded by the government of Odisha as well as in several other national awards for their performance. And I'm very proud to say that I have been a part of their journey, helping them raise funds and write proposals on their behalf, as well as bringing in funds to our incubation center so that it can be distributed to them.
This Vadhwani AI is artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so currently also you are working in the tech space.
Yes, sir.
So what is currently your organization there? What is your like product profile? What basically the company does?
So Vadhwani AI is focused on AI for social good, and this is where we prepare products and are a not-for-profit company. We do not sell our products. We give it to the governments for free. So our primary products have been the Trace TB program, in which we are working with the National TB Control Program, and we are handling the Mixshare platform. Apart from that, we also work on projects such as anthropometry, in which we just point camera on the children, on an infant, so that we can get their body measurements. Then another product that we are working on is the Cotton Ace, in which we look at various pictures of the pests and determine what kind of pests are attacking the cotton crops.
Mm-hmm. So artificial intelligence, what are its limitations? Like many people, they fear that automation and artificial intelligence ultimately will increase unemployment. What is your take on that?
So the fears are not completely unfounded, because artificial intelligence tends to be labor displacing. When, for example, sir, even in our Trace TB program, we are trying to automate the reading of the TB assays, so that it will require, like currently the microbiologists are the ones who are doing this. So we will probably be reducing the employment of maybe 4 or 5 microbiologists if this program is rolled out. So it is true to a large extent, but on the upside of the artificial intelligence is we are trying to reduce the cost of the production or cost of any process. Also, we are we are helping people to upskill themselves. Like if the microbiologists, they have been working mostly with the paper assays now, they will probably be working with the software now, which will definitely improve their productivity and efficiency and reduce the errors, because something like TB, a single matter of positive or a negative result can impact people a lot. So this is where I feel that artificial intelligence, despite its the positives and negatives, we still have to go forward with it, because it is something that will help us become competitive in the future.
Okay, any examples that you can give me where artificial intelligence has been used in government or governance or
Yes,
government
sir.
programs?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Sir, in the COVID-19 program, sir, DST and ISC also developed several mathematical models to predict the flow of the COVID, or the spread of the COVID. And apart from that, so we are also working with the Nikshay program of the government to analyze the data and also to make sure that people actually take the medicine. We have this program called Floss to Follow Up, in which the Anganwadi centers, we work with them so that we notify the people on time to take the medicines. And so, apart from that, I see artificial intelligence and automation practically everywhere. If any government app that we use, starting from NPS or Protean, that is currently known as, to Umang, we see that the data is being mined and the data is being crunched to give us an optimum output.
Okay. Since you're from artificial intelligence and you've done your BTech also, suppose I'm a layman. Can you explain me what is the meaning of a stochastic process?
So, stochastic processes are random processes. That is, it's a it's a random distribution. I mean, it's not exactly layman, but it's we are adding noise or any kind of imperfection to some signal to increase its stochasticity.
Okay. So one question from your optionals. Can you tell me what are the racial features of negritos?
So right now, I'm unable to recall it.
Okay. Um, Economics you have taken. So what is the concept of ceteris paribus in economics?
So it literally translates into all things equal, or all things unchanging. For example, if we have a Marshallian partial equilibrium, so we assume that a lot of things are unchanging, for example, market perfection or information symmetry. So this is where the term ceteris paribus comes into.
Okay. So
as you have told that in Magna, that is the manga, that is your writing, your hobby,
Yes.
that reading from Japanese from
Yes.
right to left.
Yes.
Is there in other language also where also the reading is from right to left?
So the Japanese language.
No.
Sorry.
That is the, you have told that, that you are reading it from the right to left.
Yes, sir.
So there is also a specific language
Yes.
in which the scripts are read from right to left. What is that?
Sir, Arabic and Urdu.
Okay. Okay, so you are a student of electrical engineering.
So electronic science.
Electronics. Okay. So you must be conversant with the non-conventional energy.
Yes, sir.
What is that? The conventional energy and non-conventional energy.
So conventional energy refers to the kind of energy that we are currently using in our daily life. It includes fossil fuels, like for example, coal, petrol, or petroleum, natural gas. While on the other hand, non-conventional energy can include renewable energy and also nuclear energy. Something that is not very much in high demand or highly in the energy grid right now. So non-renewable in renewable energy, we have solar, wind, tidal, geothermal, and other forms of energy.
So this creation, the production of the energy through the windmill is possible in India.
Yes, sir. Sir, in fact, we do have several wind farms, very large ones in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, and they are performing quite well.
Okay. So, is water a good conductor of electricity?
So pure water is not, but the normal tap water that we have, that is a good conductor of electricity.
So, suppose in a small pot, the electric current is charged and somebody puts a hand. So, will you suffering from shock?
Sir, I think that will depend on the nature of the pot as well as presence of any impurity in the water.
Okay. So, suppose the high tension line which are going on the river, so that falls down in the river.
Yes.
Then to what extent the water can be charged?
So it is quite dangerous, especially if people will be around, they will get a electric shock. So I'm not sure about the magnitude, but it is high tension lines coming in contact with water, river water especially, it will be very dangerous.
Okay. So, what is the importance of satellite communication in the present day world?
So present world satellites are almost the single largest enabler of communication right now. And they help us in the mobile communication from uplink and downlink, as well as one of the newest methods of satellite communication that is coming up is like the direct satellite broadband. For example, the Starlink communication system that is being developed, and as well as the biggest advantage of satellite communication is that we can also provide broadband connections to very remote areas where we do not have the physical infrastructure or optical fiber connection lines. So this is where satellite communications can play a very big role.
Okay. So, going to the primitive age, when the human race started.
Yes.
So, what is the development of how is the development of communication?
So if we look at from very early Paleolithic age, I think one of the first methods of communication was fire and smoke. And subsequently, we started training animals like pigeons, or sometimes even in places like Siberia, the husky dogs. And then the communication system became very physical as well with the horses. And in fact, we also read about how in the times of Alauddin Khilji, there used to be these people who used to transfer letters on horseback. Apart from that, sir, it has been a very rapid progress of communication systems. And right now we are in the age of the fourth industrial revolution, and where even non-living organisms can
What is the importance of these rock edicts in the field of communication?
Yes, I think they are an excellent method for broadcasting information, especially for large empires like the Mauryan empires. And it makes sure that the local people do get the knowledge of the whatever information that the king or the emperor is trying to propagate. And I think one of the most recent examples of this would be the Pathalgadi movement, in which the large rocks they have been set up to disseminate information about the rights of the tribals.
There are two historical places at Bhubaneswar, which is famous for such
Yes.
rock edicts.
Yes.
Which are such places?
Sir, I know of Dhauli and the Shanti Stupa. Sir, I'm not aware of the other one.
In the first century, in the first century BC,
Yes.
there is a very prominent king in Odisha
Yes.
who has also constructed so many
Yes.
rock edicts.
Yes.
So who is he?
It's a Kharavela and the Happy Gumpa inscriptions.
Have you seen Happy Kumbha?
Sir, when I was a child, but not recently.
Okay. So there are two caves also. There are two mountains.
Yes, sir.
Who is that mountains?
So the Udayagiri and the Khandagiri.
Udagiri and Khandagiri. So there is another cave called Rani Gumpha.
Yes, sir.
What is the importance of Rani Gumpha in the history of the rock culture, rock monuments in India?
Sir, I know about a few paintings and the murals inside the caves, but I am not very thorough with the history of Rani Gumpa.
It is a two-story monument where there is the provision of a platform, stage.
Okay.
So that's why in the world it is one of the typical monument, rock-art. Okay. So you had optional subject as anthropology and
Economics.
economics.
Yes.
So what is the difference between the physical and we mentioned about the physical anthropology.
So physical anthropology, we primarily deal with a lot of biological aspects like the evolution of human beings and how the culture developed, along with the impact of culture and evolution, as well as the impact of biological evolution on the culture. And apart from that, so we also study about the cultural anthropology, which is still a continuing process. We see how societies evolve and develop.
So in the study of anthropology, you must have studied about the importance of tribal.
Yes, sir.
So what is the importance of tribal in the society?
So, they are a very distinct type of communities and have we observe a disconnect between their culture and what we consider as mainstream culture. And one of the defining features of tribals is that they are very close contact with nature. And since they live on the fringes of civilization, so they have their own scientific and educational as well as cultural systems, which I feel there is a requirement to preserve because there is a lot to learn from their system, from their type of farming or from their type of festivals or any medicines. So
You must have read about the primitive
yes, sir.
Human beings.
Yes, sir.
So where from it started? Typically they are called.
Yes, so we call them PBTGs right now, but they were previously called as primitive. But sir, I feel that the word primitive is very derogatory to them because they may not be exactly primitive. Mostly, they are evolving at their own pace. We may have a lot of scientific development and a rapid pace, but we cannot expect all the human cultures to develop at the same pace. So Odisha, in fact, has some of the largest number of PBTGs, and I think the number is 30.
What is the percentage of tribal people of our country?
So it is close to 9%, 8.6%, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. What is the position in Odisha?
So Odisha has quite a high population, but sir, I'm not sure of the exact percentage of population.
What can be the population of tribal people in Odisha?
So I think it will be close to 40-45%.
Okay. So In our state, it is 22.85%.
Okay.
In our state, and in India, there are about 10 crores of tribal people,
Yes.
and they are about 10% of India.
Yes.
Recently, a handbook has been published by Government of Odisha about the tribal culture. Have you got an idea? Have you read the newspaper today?
No, sir, I did not have the opportunity to do.
So Government of Odisha has published an encyclopedia on the tribals. That is the first type of publication
Yes.
in India.
Yes, sir, because I haven't heard.
So
of anything.
it has 8 volumes, and the details of the tribal development, culture, their language, everything has been mentioned there. So that is a remarkable achievement of the Government of Odisha
Yes, sir.
for the propagation of the tribal culture. Okay, then since you are opting for administrative service in Odisha,
Yes.
so how many districts are there,
So 30.
and how many subdivisions are there?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact number.
Okay, there are 58 subdivisions and 317 tahsils. So you should have little knowledge about it.
Sure, sir, I'll go through this one.
So what is the importance of balance sheet in the company affairs or in general in economics?
Sir, balance sheets basically give us an idea about what is the stock and what is the cash flow in the company. And if it's and it depends from the type of company. For example, in for-profit companies, we often look at the bottom line, which is the profit or the loss that we gain out of the changes in the asset and the liabilities. And for in not-for-profit companies, we usually try to look at what kind of impact that they have done, which is somewhat a part of the balance sheet. So the primary purpose in balance sheet is that we have to balance out the assets with that of the liabilities. And this balance is the one which gives us an idea about the overall health of the company.
So what is the zero-based budgeting?
Sir, zero-based budgeting is the kind of budgeting in which we start from a baseline. We do not, we refer to the previous activities that the particular department or a ministry has done, but everything has to start from the scratch. We take in all the material that or any kind of expenditure that the ministry or the department is supposed to have and put a full-fledged budget according to the need. It is different from the incremental budget in the sense that it does not depend on the previous year. It does not. It depends on the previous year activities, but it also takes an independent view of that.
Okay, then what is write-off?
Sir, as in banks?
Yes, in that in economics, there is a term called write-off.
Yes, sir.
How write-off is made, and under what circumstances the write-off is.
Sir, write-offs are usually made in cases of loans when the loans become NPA and the bank determines that there is almost no possibility for any kind of recovery. So this is where the banks write off the loan, and this is kind of a very big loss on the part of the banks. But it's necessary for the NPA.
The same analogy with articles also. Suppose in a company stock taking, the material management,
Yes.
so certain things are lost, of which records are not available.
Yes.
But it is reflected in the your inventory.
Yes. Yes.
So So now it is not there. Previously it was in the but it is not there.
Yes.
So then how to come to the present position? So there is the process of write-off. Such articles are write-off that the committee constituted by
Yes.
the government or the authority.
Yes, sir.
So they enumerate the regions and they declare it write-off. After
Yes.
that, it will not appear in the inventory, current inventory.
Yes. Yes. So often it is done for lost articles or
Yes, mostly it is, as you have said, that is in the material management
yes,
and in the bank loan
yes,
procedure.
yes.
So, ओडिशारे गोटे सुवर्ण त्रिभुज अछि से संपर्क रे धारणा अछि तोर
So nice.
हम पर्यटन रे तीनटा जगह जोटा कि अति प्रसिद्ध लोक माने जो माने आसंती ओडिशा को से से तीनटा जगह बियाको बेसी पसंद करंती एवं भुवनेश्वर से तीनटा जगह को जीवा सहज
सर सेमती देखिया गले सर कोणार्क जगन्नाथ मंदिर भुवनेश्वर से सेही तीन
बस एडी दैट इज गोल्डन ट्रायंगल सुवर्ण त्रिभुज पुरी कोणार्क एंड Bhubaneswar.
भुवनेश्वर.
So there is another triangle also that is very important from Buddhist point of view. That is called a diamond triangle. Hiraka Tribuja. ये ओडिशा रे हमर अछि
Yes, sir.
कि धारणा अछि तोता ऊपर
Sir, मैंने 100% जानी नहीं. So considering कि ओडिशा रे बहुत बुद्धिस्ट मैंने आगुरु हेची बुद्धिज्म
सेटा होची उदयगिरी ललितगिरी और रत्नगिरी
नाम
जाजपुर जिल्ला रे आछि
yes.
सेठी सब बौद्ध तांकर बौद्ध पुरातन पुरातत्व सब तार संकेत सब अछि
हाँ sir.
और रत्नगिरी गोटे तांकर बौद्ध विश्वविद्यालय थिला जहाँ संपर्क रे हुएनसांग बहुत वर्णना करछन्ति
हाँ सर अब सर
सेटा कोन सब से ना कोन से जो विश्वविद्यालय
सर मन पड़ुनी कि सर एटा मु अब सर
पुष्पगिरी
हाँ सर पुष्पगिरी
पुष्पगिरी नारायण भଳିया सेटा मध्य भारी प्रसिद्ध लाभ करथिला
हाँ सर.
अच्छा वो ये जो हमर भारत सरकार का योजना होची जो हमर जो योजना कमिशन अछंती से योजना जो प्रथम पंचवार्षिक योजना एवं प्रथम पंचवार्षिक योजना रु वर्तमान पर्यंत
Yes.
तांकर किभली भाव से परिवर्तन हिच तांकर उद्देश्य
Yes, sir.
प्रथम रे हमर का ऊपर अधिक दिया जायता गुरुत्व
Sir, first 5-year plan रे agriculture को दिया
हाँ.
हेतला.
कृषि को दिया जायता
Yes.
जेतलो जो भाषा रे मा प्रश्न हो से भाषा रे उत्तर दो
Okay, sir.
इंग्लिश रे बोले ठीक माने पूरा इंग्लिश रे दबो ताइतरे तो इंग्लिश रे दबो आ ओडिया रे कहला बेले पूरा ओडिया रे दबो ताइतरे जो टेक्निकल टर्म गुडा आसीओ इंग्लिश रे कहबो से शब्दटा कहबो
Okay.
किंतु क्रिया कर्ता एडा सब ओडिया रे जीवो हैला
Yes.
तो मु तो पचाते फर्स्ट 5-year प्लान विषय पचाते प्लानिंग कमिशन ऊपर कहतांती तो ओडिया रे पचार उद्देश्य तमे ओडिया भाषा सहित केते संपुक्त केते जानिछ तो प्रथासी पर्याय रे हम अधिक कृषि ऊपर अधिक गुरुत्व दिया हेतला ता परे
Sir, ता परे सर इंडस्ट्री ऊपर दिया हेतला महालनोबिस प्लान अंडर.
अच्छा
ता परे सर महालनोबिस प्लान ता बहुत वर्ष जाय चली थला. 1965 पर ठारू टिके ब्रेक हेतला. सेते बेले आपनकर बैंक्स मनकर नेशनलाइजेशन भी हेतला.
वर्तमान जो हमर अर्थनीति जो हम पद्धति जो पॉलिसी इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी जो हमर भारत रो सेटा कोन
सर इंग्लिश रे तो देखो सर हमें मार्केट बेस्ड इकोनॉमी कहिबा कहीं भी सर प्लानिंग कमीशन तो नहीं एबे हम पथ नीति आयोग रो चली माने रिसर्च अछि आउ सर ए जिनसटा लास्ट 5 वर्ष योजनाटा आपनकर
वर्तमान भारत रे मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी काम करछ।
हाँ सर मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी तो रही छी किंतु सर मोस्टली एबे मार्केट बेस्ड भी हे जाई छी।
हाँ अच्छा नहीं से मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी रे आसियो so automatically that is a part of that.
Yes
Yeah.
sir.
So when the global market concept came,
Yes sir.
so the things have been amalgamated.
Yes sir.
अच्छा जो इकोनॉमिक्स एंड अप्लाइड इकोनॉमिक्स एतर कोन डिफरेंस?
सर इकोनॉमिक्स रे आमे सर बहुत थियोरेटिकल पार्ट गुडा पढ़ी थाउ आपन जेम सर मेंशन करतले सेटरेस पैरेबल्स रे आमे बहुत ही परफेक्ट कंपटीशन हे गला तापरे आपनकर अन्य माने जो इम्परफेक्शंस गुडा जो होची जेमति ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट से गुडा आमे एते इंक्लूड करि न थाउ किंतु अप्लाइड इकोनॉमिक्स रे हमकु ए सब पार्ट गुडा को इंक्लूड करिया को पड़े काहे कि आमे ताको रियल वर्ल्ड रे अप्लाई करि थाउ रियल वर्ल्ड रो जति कि हमर योजना मान हे थाए ताधरे आमे करथाउ।
अच्छा हमर जो वर्तमान भारत रो जे राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू से प्रथम थर पई केबे विदेश यात्रा कले एवं को उद्देश्य कले?
सर जाना नहीं सर।
विक्टोरिया टू में जो अंत्येष्टि क्रिया हला से जोग देव जाय नथरे
सर कोठी सर
विक्टोरिया क्वीन विक्टोरिया कोड थिले रानी कोड थिले
सर क्वीन विक्टोरिया से तांकर से एलिजाबेथ कर
हमर इंग्लैंड रानी
हाँ सर
से तांकर अंत्येष्टि क्रिया हेतले से जाय नथले?
हाँ सर मैं भी जाई थे सब मो
अच्छा तो खबर होता नहीं एला खबर कागज बाहर थला आ तांको से इंग्लैंड रो तांको सम्मान प्रदर्शन करा हेतला जायतले बोली एबे हमर भारत प्रधानमंत्री श्री मोदी से वर्तमान जीवे गोटे राज्य को से गोटे अंत्येष्टि क्रिया रे जोग देबा पे
सर एबे तो जापान जाई छंती।
हां हां से काई से कोन कार अंत्येष्टि क्रिया रे जोग देबा पे
सर शिंजो आबेंकर अंत्येष्टि क्रिया अछि आ शिंजो आबे बहुत भारत सहित भलो संपर्क पई चेष्टा करथिले तो तांको अनुदान बहुत रही छे।
अब तपर हमर वर्तमान जो युद्ध चलथिला रूसिया और यूक्रेन भितरे वर्तमान कोन परिस्थिति?
सर वर्तमान तो तांक सेमानकर किछि एमिति नेगोशिएशन हेइनी
माने तापर रूसिया रो प्रधानमंत्री से गोटे घोषणा करचंती अल्प दिन तळे
हाँ
जोटा कि विश्व को चकित करछि एवं जो अमेरिका एवं अन्य राष्ट्र माने सेतरे
सर एबे कथा सब कहि परिबेनी
से आणविक युद्ध करिया पई अस्त्र प्रयोग करिया पई धमक दैचंती वर्तमान रूसिया रो के अछंती प्रधानमंत्री
सर व्लादिमीर पुतिन
हाँ से गोटे दैचंती धमक दैचंती
आगे
जे जेतबेले अन्य राष्ट्र माने तंगु यूक्रेन को साहाय्य करूछंती तेणु से कहते ना मु तो आणविक युद्ध करी जो कि विश्वर अन्य सब राष्ट्र माने से उद्वेग प्रकाश कर
हाँ सर
ठीक अच्छे कृपया गोटे हैंड मूवमेंट टिके कम करिवो आ हाथ को तुम यदि आंठू ऊपर रखिदो ताले मूवमेंट टोटल अरेस्टेड हियो हाँ हाँ बस इंस्टेड ऑफ क्रॉस फिंगर ता रखिदेले से ताटा हियो आ ओडिसा रो जो डाक पर्यटन लिटरेचर या ऊपर टिके जनरल नॉलेज थिबो
दे परिबे मोर
हाँ लिखो हैंड मूवमेंट को पूरा कंट्रोल करिवो आ ओडिशा ऊपर ओडिशा रो जो टूरिज्म जोड़ा पर्यटन कहते ओडिशार पर्यटन जो सुवर्ण त्रिभुज हीरक त्रिभुज जोड़ा साधारण प्रश्न प्राय आसे केतेटा ह्रद अच्छी ओडिशा रे जलप्रपात केते अच्छी ओडिशा रे आदि कवि क्या कहा जाए
सर सारला दास
सेठी के कवि सम्राट क्या कहा जाए भक्त कवि क्या कहा जाए ये सब टिके देखीद एगुड़ा साधारण प्रश्न कर बर्तमान तो जहाँ जना पड़ी तुमको तुम जो पास कर तुम ग्रेजुएशन तार उपरे प्रश्न कर तेणु बर्तमान जो टेलीकम्युनिकेशन जो नुआ लॉ होती प्रिंसिपल होती छुड़ा सब तुम भल भाव मत गोटे पढ़ एवं गोटे नुआ ये मोबाइल सेट ये प्रस्तुत करने गोटे कंपनी से तार देसी प्रस्ताव से तो न्यूज पेपर टा भल पढ़वा तुम सबुदिन ओडिया न्यूज पेपर हेडलाइन गुड़ाक
एक्चुअली लास्ट 15 दिन हेलानी से न्यूज़ पेपर टिके कमी जाईछि
ओडिया पढ़ी पारछ तो
हां सर
ताले तो ओडिया खबर कागज आ गोटे इंग्लिश इंग्रजी खबर कागज ए दुईटा को नेशनल इंटरनेशनल और स्टेट ए तीनटा का न्यूज गुड़ाक भल भाव देखियो
आपनकर कोर्ट यूपीएससी मेंस थिला आपनकर
आज्ञा सर
ओके तो एटा कोन फर्स्ट चांस थिला आपनकर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट
यूपीएससी नहीं सर हम सेकंड मेंस थिला
एटा सेकंड मेंस थिला ओके बट ओपीएससी रे फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट
नहीं सर ओपीएससी रे भी सेकंड मेंस
ओके लास्ट ईयर भी माने लास्ट अटेम्प्ट भी सेम अपना एंथ्रोपोलॉजी इकोनॉमिक्स रो केतले
नहीं सर सर लास्ट टाइम से मु केमिस्ट्री नहीं जाइथिली और से सेइथरे ही बहुत स्कोर कमी जाइथिला
केमिस्ट्री एंड एंथ्रोपोलॉजी
इकोनॉमिक्स
इकोनॉमिक्स ओके नहीं आपनकर
रिटन क्वालिफाई करथल तो
सर लास्ट ईयर मेंस क्वालिफाई कर
नहीं
सर
बट
फर्स्ट
आपनकर माने बैलेंस्ड आंसर पूरा रोची तो फ्रॉम द इंटरव्यू पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू यू विल गेट गुड मार्क्स इन इंटरव्यू बाकी तापरे तो कोन मेंस रे ही चिता ऊपर सब डिपेंड करिवो बट इंटरव्यू रे यू विल गेट गुड मार्क्स टॉप 10%
जे सेठी केतोडे प्रश्न मुझे जेते शॉर्टेस्ट आंसर दे दिलो सते भलो
ठीक है
माने टिप माने पॉइंट टू पॉइंट जोटा पचरा हबो
आज्ञा
तक से उत्तर दब कारण तुम जो लंबेब भाव जो मुझे जानी अभिज्ञता विषय ताले सी जो जहाँ कह प्रश्न करेंगे तुम तुम ज्ञान अच्छी कि नहीं से असुविधा हम तेणु आम सब्जेक्ट रिप्लाई देव रिप्लाई टू द पॉइंट भल अच्छे पर्सपेक्टिव कैंडिडेट